Let's be honest for a second. We've all been there. You have a project you need to finish, a workout you've been planning, or even just a book you've been meaning to read for months. But the moment you think about starting, your brain finds a million reasons to do literally anything else. You start scrolling through social media. You suddenly feel the urge to organize your entire desk. Or you find yourself checking the fridge for the 5th time in an hour. You probably think you're just lazy. You tell yourself you lack discipline, or that you just weren't born with that grind mentality. But what if I told you it's not a character flaw at all? What if I told you it's actually a biological response designed to keep you safe? Today, we're going to dive deep into the neurobiology of why we stall. And I'm going to give you a specific, science-backed toolkit to trick your brain into execution mode in under 2 minutes. Why does this method work so well? Science has the answer. And it's a lot more fascinating than you might think. Researchers at UCLA conducted a study in 2019 that completely changed how we look at procrastination. They found that right before we begin a task, amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for the fight or flight response, reaches its absolute peak activation. Think about that for a second. To your brain, that to-do list or that new project isn't just a set of instructions. It's a literal, physical threat. Your brain is trying to protect you from the perceived stress of working exactly the same way it would protect you from a predator in the wild. But here is the breakthrough. The researchers found that once you actually start the task and stay with it for an average of just 90 seconds, something incredible happens. Amygdala activity drops by an average of 34%. At that exact same moment, activity in your prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your brain, responsible for logic, planning, and execution, surges. In other words, the moment you move, your brain automatically switches gears from survival mode to execution mode. You just have to survive those first 90 seconds to let your brain realize there's no actual danger. And it gets even better. This isn't just a temporary fix. You can actually change the physical structure of your brain. In 2021, the MIT Brain and Cognitive Sciences Department followed a group of people who practiced a simple 2-minute start rule for 66 days. When they took brain scans of these individuals, they found that the signaling efficiency in the prefrontal striatal circuit had increased by an average of 19%. This is the circuit that controls your habits and your ability to take action. You aren't just trying harder. You are literally upgrading your brain's hardware to make taking action easier every single day. If you're still not convinced, look at a study from Harvard Medical School. They conducted an experiment where they split participants into 2 groups with very different goals. They told Group A, your goal is to exercise for 30 minutes every single day. They told Group B, your only goal is to put on your workout clothes every day. That was it. Just put the clothes on. After 8 weeks, the results were staggering. Group A, the ones trying to hit 30 minutes, only had a 12% success rate. But Group B, they had an 81% success rate. Why the massive difference? It's because Group A's brain saw 30 minutes of pain as a threat and triggered the amygdala to stop them. But Group B's brain didn't see putting on a t-shirt as a threat at all. It was too small to be scary. But here's the secret. Once those participants had their workout clothes on, their brains naturally thought, well, I'm already dressed. I might as well go for a 5-minute walk. And that walk turned into a run. Dr. Piers Steele from Carleton University, who has spent 20 years tracking over 220,000 people, found that this is the core of the problem. Procrastination is not a willpower problem. It is an emotional regulation problem. We aren't avoiding the work itself. We are avoiding the uncomfortable emotions like anxiety or fear of failure that we associate with the work. When you commit to starting for just 2 minutes, you are moving before those heavy emotions have a chance to take root. You are outsmarting your own feelings. This isn't just about getting motivated. This is neuroscience in action. So, how do we apply this to your life right now? I've broken it down into 6 concrete steps that you can use to design your own high-performance life. Step 1. Make the start ridiculously small. This is based on B.J. Fogg's Tiny Habits research. If you need to write a massive report, don't tell yourself to write the report. Tell yourself to just open the file. If you want to read more, don't aim for a chapter. Aim for 2 pages. If you need to get fit, start with just 2 push-ups. You have to make the goal so small that it feels stupid not to do it. You want to make it too small to fail. Step 2. Use the 5-second rule. As Mel Robbins famously teaches, There is a tiny window between having an impulse to act and your brain stepping in to kill that impulse with excuses. When you know you need to do something, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. If you give yourself 6 seconds, your brain will find a reason to stay on the couch. 5 seconds is all you get to beat your biology. Step 3. Design your environment. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, emphasizes that environment is always stronger than willpower. If you want to work out in the morning, put your shoes right next to your bed, or even on your pillow. If you want to read, put your book where your phone usually sits. Stop trying to use discipline and start making the right choice, the easiest choice in the room. Step 4. Do it at the same time every day. Research from University College London shows that consistency and timing is the key to automation. On average, it takes about 66 days for a new behavior to become a subconscious habit. If you put on your gym clothes at 7 a.m. every day, or open your book at 9 p.m. every night, eventually, you won't need willpower at all. Your brain will just do it on autopilot. Step 5. Ditch perfectionism. As Tim Urban perfectly describes in his talks on procrastination, there is no such thing as a perfect start. A messy, terrible first draft is infinitely better than a perfect blank page. You can't edit something that doesn't exist. Once you start, even if it's bad, you give your brain something to improve. Starting is the only way to reach perfection. Step 6. Record your progress. Grab a simple notebook or a habit tracker. Every time you put on those shoes or open that file, check it off. A study from Dominican University found that people who physically record their progress are 42% more likely to reach their goals. That tiny check mark triggers a hit of dopamine, which is the brain's way of rewarding you and making you want to do it again tomorrow. Now, I know some of you are still thinking, but what can I really accomplish in just 2 minutes? You have to remember what BJ Fogg said. The goal isn't to finish the task. The goal is to start the habit. I've seen people who hadn't exercised in 10 years start with just 2 minutes a day and end up running full marathons 6 months later. If you don't start, you are at 0. 2 minutes is the difference between being a dreamer and being a doer. You might say you have no willpower, but as we've seen, you don't need it. You just need to move before the emotions catch up. You might say you have no time, but statistics show the average person spends over 4 hours every single day on their smartphone. You have 2 minutes. Even Mel Robbins was facing total bankruptcy and a crumbling personal life when she started using these rules. If she could find 5 seconds, you can find 5 seconds. If you're waiting to feel ready or prepared, remember Tim Urban's story. He spent a year avoiding his thesis, only to write the whole thing in 3 days, because he waited for the perfect moment that never came. When you wait for perfection, your brain stops you. When you start while you're unprepared, your brain starts building the very circuits you need to become ready. And if you failed before, MIT. Research proves that a brain that has experienced failure and tries again is actually more resilient. Your past failures aren't a reason to stop. They are the training ground for your next win. Your brain is a high-powered machine, but it's currently running on old, defensive software. It's time for an upgrade. Here is your mission for today. First, pick one task you've been putting off for weeks. Second, shrink that task down to a version that takes less than 2 minutes. Third, set a specific time for tomorrow to do that 2-minute version. And fourth, I want you to declare it right now. Drop a comment below and type 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plus, I'm hacking my brain. Publicly committing to a goal like this increases your success rate by 65%. Come back in 66 days and tell us how your life has changed. Your future isn't decided by the big goals you dream about, it's decided by the small things you do in the next 120 seconds. Trick your brain. Take back your life. Start right now. I'm Brain Hacker Mind, and I'll see you at the finish line.